Hey everybody, I'm Tony and this is my husband, Henry. It is December. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah. Found out I'm Jewish last year, so happy Hanukkah, Henry. He is not Jewish. But
I want to be Jewish.
You're Jewish by marriage. Yay! So anyway, this video is about retail and Christmas. We always say that two jobs you should have is retail or food wise. You should always have one of those in life so you learn to appreciate customer service oriented jobs.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. I'm not going to say the company I work for. I'm sure if you watch my video, I'm sure we'll let it slip at some point during this thing, but it's the biggest retailer in the world. I have been with my company over 27 years. I'll be hitting 28 here in a few months. And my husband was with the company
17 years.
Yes, a very long. Have you really been gone for like 10 years?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, that went fast. So anyway, so basically this video is retail and Christmas, some things you may not know of. If you never worked retail, this will give you insight to it. If you worked retail, you're going to be there going, yeah, totally know that. I'm sure if you guys have horror stories, put them down below. We're not going to let this video go on too long, but we like to talk and I get diverted very easily. So yay for tangents. So number one thing, Christmas and retail. When you start, okay, let me ask you a question. When we started with our company, we were young, very young.
Early 20s.
Very early 20s. And it was a great company. It treated its people really well. Totally different. Not going to go on that because we're going to go off on tangents that way. But when I started with my company, I loved Christmas. I was that wide-eyed, sing Christmas songs. It was fantastic and it was magical. What about you?
It was really fun. I had never worked, obviously, retail before. So, yeah, there was some really good moments, good memories. Mm-hmm. A lot of good people.
Yes, definitely good people. So working, going in, I was like, yes, Christmas. I say it took a good 5 years before I hated it. What about you?
Actually, you know what? The customers and the customer service aspect, I didn't mind. I took a kind of a really just basic attitude. For customers, either you can help them or you can't. And it's pretty much, that's it.
Yeah.
I've had people yell at me. I had people scream at me. And you're just like, okay, well, I can't help you.
You know what I think is weird is when I first started with the company, I was very emotion. For me, it was emotion. So when I saw how commercialized it really got to me. Now I'm more of a logical person. And so maybe you started out with the logical.
Well, I had come out of the military.
Plus you're a guy. Yeah, exactly.
I come out of the military, and my growing up, there was a lot of verbal abuse. So you kind of like desensitize.
Okay, that would make sense.
Somebody rips on you, and you just start to you just shut down, or you get that 1,000-yard stare.
See, and I would take it personally. I would be like, oh my God, I can't help this person get what they want for Christmas. And so that was really hard for me. I think it wasn't until my son was born that I started liking Christmas again because I started seeing it through his eyes. And I know that when our daughter was born, it helped it even more. And I'm at the point now where I love Christmas again. It's great. I still think it's too commercial, but we made some changes so I don't hate it like I used to. Mm-hmm. Now, one thing that I've noticed with Christmas that we get a lot, and we see this a lot in retail, is people overspend big time. I work in the claims department, so I see all this stuff that people return. And we know a lot of times it's because you overspend. We get that. We understand that you overspend. And I think a lot of it is because of influences that we see in life now. Social media is huge. One thing, and you know what's weird is I was telling the kids at work this one time, and they didn't understand the phrase, keeping up with the Joneses. You know what that means.
Oh, yeah.
That means your neighbors, the Joneses, have a boat. So you want a boat, but you want a bigger boat. The Joneses did their backyard, so you're going to do your backyard, but you're going to do it better. Keeping up with the Joneses. And with social media, that is so much out there because now it's just not the Joneses. You're keeping up with everybody all over the world. And I think that makes it hard because your kids are also seeing this. Mm-hmm. And I know we had to about 6 years ago, maybe?
yeah. Well, no, it's about around this time I lost my job, and
Yeah, we
we
went through
had
our
to
hearts.
learn really easy, but it was a valuable lesson.
It was, and I have a really interesting story about this. 2008, when the economy went really, really bad, my husband had left the company, started working for another company.
Mhm.
He had just started with the company, and we had gone without. You had gone without a job for a while, so he started with this company, and things were really, really tight. And I remember because I was at work and I was out on the floor at this point still, and I was really sad and depressed because I was like, how are we going to make this happen for our kids? How are we going to give them a good Christmas? Because we are broke. We don't want to have money for Christmas gifts. And I remember this man called me to tell me that they had their Christmas party, and they gave bonuses out, and they gave him a really great bonus. And it was so weird because I had just had that thought in my head of how are we going to afford Christmas for the kids, and then that call came. That was my Christmas miracle that year. But that really, I think, made us really start to really think about, okay, what are we teaching our kids?
Right.
And I think that's the important thing. So, and I tell friends this all the time, you tell the kid, okay, what do you want for Christmas? And they tell you Xbox, the Switch, a hoverboard. I want a Michael Kors purse. I can never say that word right. But, they always give this stuff. Yeah, there was it a letter or video about this girl who wanted like a $10,000 Christmas list. That's what she gave her parents. And I remember my daughter was telling me about this, and she's like, there is no way. She goes, I really want a Switch for Christmas. She goes, but I'm not expecting a Switch. She goes, I will not be disappointed. She goes, I really want a comforter for my room. And she's naming realistic gifts that we can do and feel good about. I see people who are like, well, I got to get my kid the Xbox, and then they need a wireless controller, and then they need games, and they need headsets. And Henry here is the gamer, the console gamer. So, like, you're talking at least $1,000 to get everything. Really, like really nice games and everything. That's a lot. I'm not gonna spend $1,000.
I'm gonna tell you, Christmas, going back, Christmas is still a little, it's magical for me because if I get a toy for Christmas, I'm excited. Yeah. I collect toys. You know what? Doesn't look like much, but this is only.
You just seen that little part of the wall.
Yeah. So, but that's exciting to me because I can still get excited, and I think it's good when you can to not grow up all the way. Yeah.
And so I think a lot of it is setting realistic expectations for yourself. We see way too many people in the store who are like, okay, we got to get this, and this, and we haven't bought enough gifts. And, you know what? No. You need to get yourself into that right headspace. Remember why you're doing this. One of my favorite gifts every year was from my sister-in-law when she lived in Arizona with us, is that she would always get me a Dean Koontz paperback book. And I loved it because I love to read, and that was always one of my favorite gifts. So it's not really how much money you spend, it's thinking about this person. And that's the thing, is you need to put thought into it. And if you're giving a gift for someone and they give it to you and they go, no, it's not too much, you didn't spend enough money, or then you know what, you really seriously, I think, got to reevaluate that friendship. So
I heard something the other day, and it was kind of advice for kind of what we're teaching the kids, and it was basically get them 4 gifts, and it was something fun, something they need, something to wear, and something to read. Yeah. And I think that I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So I think that's next year. I kind of did that with some of the kids today of our house. Yeah. But I'm going to that. Yeah. I think that's the best.
I think that's a really good one. Yeah. And I know we get a lot of people, you get a lot of the necessity. At work, we have the Christmas angel tree. Yes. Which I think is great.
Which we had participated in when we came.
Yes. And I do have friends who are like, they're teaching their kids, you need to be realistic. We're not going to get you the really big gifts. We're going to get you Christmas gifts, but we're going to get you gifts that aren't so grand, but that we know you're going to enjoy. And I have a friend who then went and took their kid to the Christmas tree, and we're going to help these kids out. A lot of people actually do that. Mm-hmm. And one of my friends, I actually have 2 stories on the Christmas angel tree. I was still working out on the floor in the lingerie department, and we had this woman who came in, and I needed to help find clothing. And it turned out she had gone to the casino, and she had hit big. And right before she hit big, she asked God, please help me win big. If so, I will buy everything off a Christmas tree. And she had to do it. As she said, she had to do right by God. And she had such a great time that she's like, you know what, I'm going to do this every year. I'm not going to buy every gift off the tree because she couldn't afford it, but she's like, I'm going to do what I can. And this year, it was really cool because about a month or so ago, I had this couple. I saw them. They looked lost. I helped them out. And it turned out they were buying for a Christmas angel tree. And the woman told me that she was doing it and she was really looking forward to it because she was one of those kids every year that looked forward to the gift she got because she was one of those kids whose angel was on the tree. So I think that's a really great thing to really teach your children, and also to remind you what is important. To some people, getting jeans, getting shoes is what they really want. And I think that really humbles you. It makes you realize, you know what? We really should be grateful for what we have.
Yes.
Okay.
And we lose sight of that.
We do. It's very easily this time of year. So do you have any wow, crazy Christmas working at retail Christmas stores that are safe?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nintendo 3, I think it was Nintendo 3DS when that came out. We were working for a retailer, and there was a line, obviously, and for whatever reason, this lady was very upset. She spit on one of the associates. Now, I was an hourly supervisor. I regret not kicking her out of the store.
That is bad.
Yeah.
We had, remember that manager at Furby's, when Furby's first came out and they were huge. And he's thinking, yeah, it was the one gift everybody was looking for. And I remember that was during the time you didn't really have that one gift that everybody would go attack at the store until Furby's. Furby's was like that one first gift that people just went insane for. And I remember he's thinking, yes, I'm going to give them out this way. And he's thinking everyone's going to be civilized. And he could not have been more wrong.
No.
Because he's standing on the table, right? At one point, throwing these things to the crowd because he just wanted to get away.
I remember that year because I worked up front and I was the one that unlocked the doors. And the doors, they opened two ways, and there was a little bit, a thing.
He's in the triangle. Like
I was
this.
stuck there for probably a good 10, 15 minutes just watching everybody go in. And it's really sad because there's this guy trying to get in. He's in a wheelchair. People are just pushing past this guy. And I'm like, really?
People are horrible. Black Friday shopping is the worst.
But I have a secret.
We used to love it because, stores used to close back then. And when we opened, everybody would run. It was like the sound of cattle. And we'd stand behind the women's clothing racks. And it literally sounded like cattle. And you couldn't even cross by them because they would have trampled you. But yeah, people just don't care. I remember when my daughter got taken to her first Black Friday. I'm working Black Friday. I'm thinking she's safe at home with my husband and my mom. And then I get a call. Where are you at? We're at Kohl's. I got kicked in the head. How old was she? 5?
Yeah.
Maybe 5?
No, she was 10.
She was younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we lived out here at the time. So
No.
Okay.
Okay, she was between 5 and 10. I'm thinking close to 5. Anyway, so she got kicked in the head, and I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? She goes, I loved it. I am with my people. She loves the shop. Mm-hmm. And ever since then, she looks forward to Black Friday.
So
I hate it.
I have a secret. A lot of people, different parts of the family, go to different stores. Yeah. If they're looking for the same item, they go to the same chain and then
different locations.
Now, what I found, because we aren't allowed to shop on
if you're on the clock, Friday, you can't.
If you're on the clock, so you have to wait. Literally 3 or 4 hours after my shift began, I would cruise out through the store, and I found just about everything I ever needed every year, stashed somewhere, dropped off somewhere, up at the front desk or by a register, and usually very rarely have I not found what I'm looking for.
Usually so for next year, here's the plan. So most big stores have their lines, they go out, and they usually go into a clothing department. At my store, it's ladies wear. So you got these big old long lines, and it's true. The families are all at different locations, and then they'll go, oh, hey, Mark, I got that TV. We don't need that TV. So Mark will take that TV and put it down by a clothing rack. I don't need the Instapot, so they put it down. by clothing rack. So if you're ever looking for stuff, go looking in ladies' wear where the lines were. Look in the tables. There are people who are, you know what, I gotta wait for my husband, but he's not here yet, or for some reason, sometimes we have people who work there who want to hide stuff. Yeah, and they'll stash it like in clothing tables and things like that. Look in the middle racks. And yes, it's true. And then you get the associates who go and we pick it all up and we take it up to the courtesy desk. So when people can't find something, I tell them, go to the courtesy desk. I bet you it's up there. And most of the time. And another thing is we get people who will wait until layaway opens. Oh. They will put things on that they bought on Black Friday on layaway. Now, what you need to understand is there are different types of items on the Black Friday ad. You have sale items, it's a rollback, whatever. But then you have special buy. These were bought specifically for the event, and that price most likely will not change. Okay, so if it's a TV for $189, but the other TVs of that size are more expensive, as long as it said special buy, that TV probably will stay $189 until we are totally sold out of it. So people go put it on layaway, and what you need to do is find out when do they have to pick up all the layaways. So let's say December 9th, they have to pick up all their layaways. December 9th comes, whoever did not pick up those layaways, they cancel them, and then they take all that stuff and put it back out on the floor. So you want to be in the stores like on December 10th, 11th, 12th. Go check, because all those special buy items will probably be back in the department ringing up at that special buy price. I had a friend who bought the big TV because of that. So that's what you do. So those are our little Black Friday tips. Let's go on to, what should we go on to next? Black Friday?
You want a couple other horror stories?
Yeah, sure.
So when scooters were big, there's, the people are going, they're shopping. This guy has a scooter hanging out of his cart. Another guy walks by. This guy has just paid for it, grabs it out of his cart and walks right for the front door. And they caught him, and it was like, really?
Keep an eye on your merchandise. Keep an eye on your purse. If you have like a wallet and a jacket and you put it in the cart, you keep an eye on it. I know so many people who have lost everything because their wallet was in their jacket and they had it in the cart, and when they turned around, somebody took it. Always keep an eye on your stuff.
Yes. Now,
Black Friday is horrible. I hate it. You can do it online. You can do a lot of it online. Look at the ads. They tell you when you can buy them online. I have seen poop on Black Friday. I have seen fights.
Oh, yes.
A couple years ago, I remember I'm like, are we really fighting over this? And I remember the woman yelled, yes! And then they started hitting each other, and I'm like, oh, I do not get paid enough for this. So it is, you see the worst. But you know what? This was the first Black Friday where the morning after, I did not see anything in the news about a stabbing, a shooting, a fight. So that was good. I think people may be getting better. Or I think part of it is people were just buying online.
I think, and one of my favorites is standing in a different part, and they shrink wrap the pallets that have stuff on them. Yeah. So everything starts, the clock ticks, and if you're familiar with Peanuts or any other cartoon where there's just a jumble of people that are fighting.
Oh, yeah, and it's just like
things flying up in the air, and it's just dust, and you see a fist or you see a foot. I swear that is exactly how it looks. I'm watching stuff fly in the air. I'm seeing the rumble. As
an employee, we tell the people who are guarding the pallets that are shrink wrapped, soon as it hits 6 o'clock, you cut that and you back up. You don't even have to move the plastic off of it. You just cut it open and you back off as fast as you can. Otherwise, you're going to be... I remember somebody was telling me that they ended up falling on the pallet and they couldn't get up because people were just kind of like pushing them so they could grab the stuff, but they weren't helping them up. So that happens a lot. So I think...
brings out the best people.
It does.
The best in people.
Makes your heart nice and warm. So with Christmas coming up, one of the things that we see a lot of is we're a week and a half, not even a week and a half out from Christmas. We're going to get a lot of people coming in. Look, I really need this toy and I need it now. And then they're mad because we don't have it.
Oh, Christmas Eve, my favorite. Why are you out of this stuff?
Yes.
Well, it's Christmas Eve, and a lot of people
everybody else had the same idea as you. When I worked in lingerie, I used to joke that I could sell the crap out of muumuus and dusters. Dusters are those little coats that women wear over their pajamas with the little buttons. They have little pockets, they usually shuffle in their pajamas, with their coffee. I could sell the crap out of that because that's all I pretty much had. And it's really sad. You hear a lot of sad stories. I promised my son, my nephew, I was going to get that. I'm like, well, you should have thought earlier. You should have bought it. Now, if you looked at, a lot of stores have an app now. This app is awesome. It's wonderful because you can scan the barcodes. I went to Ulta. Ulta has it where you can scan the barcode and it tells you what the price is in the store. So you scan the barcodes, it will tell you the price. I know for my store, it tells you where in the store it's located. It has a map. It will, you can even change the location. Let's say your store is out. So, hey, let's see if this store has it. It will tell you if they have it in stock. And the best part, and this is for you who don't need it right away, that you can wait a couple weeks for it. It will tell you the price between the store and the online price. And sometimes you can get it heck of a lot cheaper online. Mm-hmm. And that's what I tell people. And I know with my store, you get free shipping if you pay over $35. I was telling this man, he goes, yeah, but this thing is only $25. I don't have $35. And I'm like, what else do you need to shop for? Do you shop at the store a lot? Well, yeah. Well, what I do is my dog's dog food is $17 for the box of it. So just throw that in there. I know I'm going to have to buy it either way. It'll throw me over $35. Ships to my house for free. Or you can have it shipped to your store for free too.
Yeah.
And like I have family that lives out of state now. So what I do is I go to the website, I buy it, and I ship it to them. Make sure you put that person has to pick it up as an alternate pickup though. You got to remember that part. Otherwise, I hope you like traveling to that state to pick it up. So yeah. So really that's my little tip for be realistic. Remember why we're celebrating the season and just enjoy, have fun. Don't be rude. There are way too many rude people out there. Try and be understanding. You know, when someone's really rude at work, I try to think to myself, well, I don't know where they came from. I don't know what their situation is. Sometimes they will tell me their situation, and I do feel for them. I do, but we see it every year. We see it every year. And be understanding of the people that work in the store. A lot of these companies now really have cut their workforce, and it's like the motto is we're going to do more with less people. And so you have where before you could have somebody who worked in the toy department. Now you have somebody who's working toys and housewares and garden center. So they really don't know that much, you know, so kind of be understanding. They're going to try and help you out as much as they can. But, you know, use the apps. That's why I tell people, use the apps. People don't even know you can do that with this stuff. It's awesome. It's amazing. I love it.
And if you're not in a specialty store, you ask somebody like in their electronics department, what do you know about this? There's a lot of times you're going to get, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And you really, you know, and I know people get upset about that, but a lot of the bigger retailers are a sink or swim mentality. You get minimal training, and then you're sent out.
And that's it. Good luck. High turnover rate. I use the app, and I'll scan the barcode because then it'll bring it up on the website. All your specifications are there. It tells you what that TV has. It tells you what that TV doesn't have. But the best part is it has reviews. Read those reviews. See what those reviews are. If they keep saying the same thing over and over, it didn't sound right. It was very tinny sounding. It didn't sound, I couldn't really get the bait. Then you know there's a problem with that and go look at something else. So make the technology work for you. It's a lot better, you know. Same thing with Amazon. Look at your reviews. Yeah, that comforter is only $25, but you know, everyone says it smells like fire, or you know, it fell apart as soon as I washed it. You need to look at that. You really do. So.
And watch out for Instagram ads.
I'm going to link the video up here and I'll link at the bottom. There's a whole Hulk. What was it called? It
was the Hulk Buster armor for Iron Man. And it was too good to be true.
I tell that story at work all the time to the guys. It was hilarious.
Watch that video.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite moments. Reviews, people, look at your reviews. So I think that's pretty good.
Yep.
So what have we learned today? Use the app. Be mindful of others. Remember why we're doing all this. And don't go crazy. And don't poop. That's horrible. Someone's got to clean that up. Oh, I don't want it to be me.
It's sad. Think those people that work in retail. Okay, they're choosing to be there. Sometimes they're not, especially during the holidays.
We have families too.
Thankless job.
Thankless.
If they do a good job, thank you.
That's all it takes. Thank you.
To look
I really
for
appreciate
a
it.
manager.
I hate when you help people and then they turn around and just walk away and you're like, Bye. You're welcome.
I do that for restaurants. I do that because I've been there, and thank you or good job.
Thank you. I
goes
really
a
appreciate your
long
help.
way,
You saved
and
me a lot of time.
It can change your whole attitude.
Yes. So, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Kwanzaa. Enjoy the beer. My Santa Claus. Bye.
Bye.